I heard a story about a woman who just lost her husband, and she's got 4 kids. But before the husband died, the husband had a lot of investment resources. He was very well to do. He was rich, actually very rich. Now, as a result of his death, the family members, which is very typical of Africans, say Nigerians especially, typical of Africans, came out of the blues to start making demands, and in the process, selling off a lot of the late husband's properties, businesses, lands, and everything. They sold them off, except the house that they lived before the husband died. So all she has with her right now is just that house with no other source of income. In fact, no source of income. All right. So in the process of the family's torture, she was asked to get married to the husband's younger brother, who is an alcoholic, and not just an alcoholic, also 100% jobless. She refused and started getting persecutions as a result of her refusal. She got persecuted, all the normal persecution rights that comes with a woman who's accused of killing her husband. She had to go through all those rigors and accusations of killing the husband, responsible for this and that, just because she refused to get married to the husband's younger brother, who's not just an alcoholic, but also a jobless young man. Now, that hurdle was sorted out. She went through it successfully. Now, she's here to ask for your candid advice on something very present, a very recent occurrence. She met a man. We don't have the information about the status of the man, if he's married or not, but she met a man who has been a godsend to she and her kids. He has been responsible for training the children, responsible for their feeding, responsible for their upkeep, responsible for virtually everything in their lives. All right. Now, we don't know also if she's in a relationship with the man, but recently the man has come out to ask her for a child to further boost their relationship, his commitment to the family. And like she said in a message to us, that it's a request that he's actually holding on to further boost their relationship or continue the existing relationship. She's at a crossroad for two things, for two reasons. One, what would the late husband's family think of her? That she rejects the husband's younger brother to settle for a total stranger, or as a matter of fact, not settle like set to get married, but to be the baby mama, or to be for a total stranger that they have no clue about. And also, what would the society think of her? That her husband just passed. She has 4 kids. Obviously, her hands are full. Well, how come she now has time to bear a child for another man who's not married to her? Your opinion really counts on this. She's depending on what you think should be her next move, how she should best approach this very critical issue. I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Share with Noble, and my name is Valentine Agogo, and I'm on set with Augustino Milo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very
and
much.
Victoria Chukura. You're welcome, ma'am. All right, so you heard the topic. Let me start with the lady in the house. How would you best approach this if you were in her shoes, or if you could see her one on one and give her your best advice?
Thank you. My very first advice to her is to ignore what society thinks or say.
Okay.
She shouldn't bother, because society was not there for her when she lost her husband and was going through all those challenges, all those problems. So she should not bother about what society thinks. She should not even, as far as that marriage, the first marriage is concerned, that marriage has ended with the death of the man. So she shouldn't dwell on that marriage. It's gone, it's gone. She has ended, that chapter has closed. So right now, the situation on ground as she's being faced, if the man is ready to marry her in the first place, so because she has children from the other marriage that had just ended, if the man is ready to marry her and take care of her, I think she should go ahead.
Okay, now she has not told us anything about marriage, but the fact that he just wants a child from her. as a result, probably as a means of
Consolidating
yeah, sealing up the relationship they
relationship.
share. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, but she can make a demand of him too, knowing fully well that she has other children. Is it just to have the child? Why is the man asking for a child or children? Like we said off camera, she can even give birth to twins. Who knows? So she should commit the man to make that marriage plan, so that at the end of the day, if she's able to have the child, it means the child is coming into a
The
home that
legitimate
is,
environment.
yes, not to want the child again to be roaming, or that the child is neither here nor there.
Okay, I'll come back to you shortly on this from what you just said now. Okay, Sumilo, what do you have to say about what this lady is going through right now?
When you told me about this topic, I had to wear my thinking cap because
Yeah.
this was no balance.
At all.
Because there are some of the things that people think they are problems, and if you give it to some persons, they will just laugh because those are not problems. Now, the lady, in mathematics, two negatives minus minus gives you positive. If this woman was, as it were now, introduced to poverty because of the sudden demise of the husband. And now she's made to, or been convinced of the need for her to marry another man who is, according to her now, jobless.
And
That's poor man. So poor man, poor woman, poverty. So how will you open your eyes and go into poverty? It's not logical.
Yeah.
Now, I want to believe that she's a Christian. And now, having been able to find somebody who is now like ready to help her, and the person is helping her, and they have gone this far, and the man is demanding for a child, she is not a giver of children. So how that child is going to come is not even within her powers. So, okay, you want a child? Okay, let's all do something to get a child. And they start doing, because you may not even be sure whether the child will actually come. But you are doing everything possible for the child to come. But assuming it comes, that child comes, it's even in her own interest, because that man, just as he's thinking of what society will say, the man also is thinking of what society will say if she continues to take up the responsibility of bringing up children that he had no input into bringing them to the world. She's taking care of them, taking care of their mother. And yet, if at the end of the day, the woman doesn't have a child for her, for him,
yeah.
Now he completely loses. So the man is thinking of how he can even benefit from the relationship, because okay, from the story now, there's nothing the man is benefiting apart from maybe having sexual relationship with the woman. That is not enough. So the man is also thinking about what society is thinking about him as a foolish man or a wise man. So two of them now, the woman should think more, like Victoria said, about how she can better the lot of her children and the future of the children, and the man also, rather than thinking of what the society is going to talk about, because they were not there when she was suffering whatever
So
she
you
was
think she
suffering.
completely ignored both the society and the family?
And the family, because
and move on with her life.
move on with her life with the man, and they see what they can do to actually ensure that the children that God has given to her comes up. And because as a Christian, she's thinking of not being, like you meet one man today, tomorrow you are meeting another one. So she's also trying to be disciplined by sticking to one man. So she should continue in that direction and see how.
Earlier, Victoria also mentioned that she should make him marry her.
Yeah.
Since it's Africa, whether he's married or not, he's allowed to get married to her at the long run.
Yeah.
Do you also align with her on that part?
Yes, because I think it's better to get married to him than to say you are just doing a playboy and a playgirl kind of game. In which case, the thing can even crash any moment. But if you are married, you are not satisfied, so you have grounds to claim anything, because the man will be entitled to making you a good wife by maybe giving you a shop to manage, giving you a job, buying you whatever it is to make you a wife. But if it's just at the level of a relationship, you live in your own house, I live in my own house, the man can just decide not to go to that house again where you are harboring your children. Just like you two may be prevented from going to wherever you are meeting the man, before. So if they are married, the relationship will be so cemented that the man can go the extra mile of saying, okay, leave that house, let me build another one for you and your children.
Okay, so let me come to you now. You mentioned something about settling with the man and all that. What's the position of the children? Because so many things could be crossing her mind about her decision to wanting to be with this man. In the scenario where she has to consider a lot of things for her to want to settle down with this man, because now the main reason why she had to go into that relationship would be because of lack in the first place. Because if she had something to do, she would have been independent enough to provide for herself and not look for a man to depend on. Now, so we're not privy to the information of the details of the content of the relationship they share. But what if, as probably your younger sister or a relative of yours, and she's not really very comfortable with being a baby mama for this man, what would you advise her to do? And yet, according to her, she doesn't want to lose this man because of primarily the fact that the man is God sent to the family. And when we say God sent, he's meeting all their needs.
You see, you cannot eat your cake and have it. She has already told us that the man is okay financially. He's their savior as far as upkeep and other things are concerned. Why I'm insisting that she get married to this man is that where she's living now with her children is the property of the former husband, which because of her children, they left that particular property for her.
For her, okay.
Imagine that she gets pregnant in that same house without getting married to this man. Of course, the family will throw her out. She will lose completely. And at the end of the day, the man may even not even show up and say, "Your wife are too much." If this thing happen like this, and she will not have anything to hold the man.
So it will be a lose-lose.
Of course. So for me, I still insist she marry the man. Leave the childbirth or whatever. If the man insisting, leave that one to God, like God Milo has said. It's God that brings children. And I even wish he has twins for the man. I'm telling you honestly, yes, twins for the man. That will even make her more consolidated.
Okay.
The man is not a poor man. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been bold to come out to say the man is demanding for a child and the man is good, the man is that, the man is that. I know we are all women. If a man is not good to you, will you come and say you want to get pregnant for the man? No. Men saying that word, the woman will run away. Just like they're asking her to come and marry drunkard in the former
jobless drunkard.
So it means that this man is good. The man is okay. For the man to even take care of her children and herself, children that the man did not father. The man is an angel. The man is an angel. So she should also see that the man is even a very good man to even tell her that I want you to have children. For maybe the man has seen the children that she had, that they are intelligent, and some children that have very bright future.
So he wants to get connected.
Yes, it's true, because that will make the man to feel good.
Yeah.
In having access and sharing whatever it is that the woman has to.
It's also like some kind of security in the relationship.
Yes. We know we are Africans. The man can marry as many wives as, because society will still talk. Just as she is bothered about society, the man is equally bothered. Why are you fathering children that you didn't give them? Why you don't? Yeah, of course. Those such questions will arise. Even the man's relation will even come and meet him. What are you normal? You are taking care of 4 children that you don't even know where their father is, or you don't know where they came from. You are fathering them for what? What do you stand to gain?
Okay.
You see, so but if this woman just succumb to whatever it is now,
get some
you
commitment.
feel that the man will feel more relaxed. And feel fulfilled too.
Yeah, go ahead without any questions.
And to God be the glory. The child that we are expecting, we have step brothers. Yes, now
I like that we're expecting
now. We have good brothers and some senior brothers and all. You know, so it's a beautiful word.
Another final word is that the woman, yes, I like how to get closer to the man and the man getting closer to her. But she'll be very mindful of what conditions she's going to bring to the table, because if you demand too much, because the man is interested and you are demanding now, okay, you must buy me a car, you must do this, you must do that. The man may just quietly walk out of the relationship. And therefore, if it's given to prayers and meditation and all that, she should rely more on what the wisdom instinct in her tells her to do about the husband, so that she will not miss herself, in that relationship drive.
Okay. So let me adjust one minute, please. in asking for whatever it is, if she must ask, okay, she's in the she knows the situation very carefully. She should do now that she's trying to make up her mind, she should do a research on the financial ability of the man. If it is something that you can demand for a car, please do. If you want to demand that if you get pregnant and you will give birth to this child abroad, please do. But if the man, his financial ability or capability is not up to that, please demand for things within his limits, so that it doesn't abandon you.
So even if it means bicycle or
yes, now no, or wheelbarrow. To be carrying cassava.
So that's as much as we can take for this episode. We've heard my panelists. They've actually done their best to this very interesting topic. I believe there are a lot of options for you to explore from what my panelists have said. Well, in the long run, you need also give. All right, so you can receive, because it's a relationship, a communication thing. You give and you receive. So the man also wants you to make some commitment to the relationship you currently share. That's what my panelists here are saying. Now, what do you have to say about this? You who's watching right now, what's your suggestion? What's your take? What would you advise? Would you advise her to go ahead? Would you agree with my panelists here or disagree with them? It's up to you to make your own suggestion, and who knows, she might have to eventually settle for yours. Now, don't forget to like, share, drop your comments, and subscribe. Please do click on the notification button to get similar prompt updates on Share with Noble. Thank you.